ready for that. Tonight you will join me, and we shall drink until you call me by name.
I like his like oh at the end there.
How can he stand about him like that?
Fawn, you just do not get it, do you? He's not doing it because he wants to. You know what would happen if he didn't.
I know, it's just...
So, what would you do different?
I don't know. Well... I'd do something.
I will get you drunk until you call me by my name. Oh. Fine.
Vaughn. Vaughn, you haven't heard a single word I've said, have you?
Nope.
This place has changed so much. It's like it's not even Rabanastre anymore. Like the Empire is swallowing it whole.
Hey, Penelo, that fete tonight. You think they'll let us in?
Are you crazy? It's in the palace, and we don't have an invitation if you hadn't noticed.
So, how are we getting in?
As if I'd know. Why not ask Magello to get you in? Or go see old Dalan in LOWTOWN? Why the sudden interest, Vaughn?
I told you, I'm going to take back what's ours. Give back to Dalmasca. Come on, what do you think? If I find something, and it fetches a good price, how about I buy you all dinner?
Oh, please. You know as well as I do the first thing you'd buy is an airship.
To go get the dinner
All
with.
hail Vaughn, sky part of Dalmasca. It's got a nice ring to it. Stay out of trouble.
And suddenly she's off.
An airship. I don't know. Maybe, but not through Magello. Time to pay old Dalan a visit.
This is what we do, isn't it? We go to old Dalan. And then what? And then he asks for a stone, and then we have to go south and charge up the stone. And then we come back, and then we go through the sewers, I believe. So let's go visit old Dalan. I hate... Is it actually the point where we can just straight up buy everything now? What's the map button? That button, apparently. Is this the Gambit shop? Yeah. So, is it at this point? It might be at this point, or it might be slightly later in the story where we can actually buy every Gambit in the game. Or every possible Gambit. Hey, he's still gonna shop in order. It's after some point in the story that's fairly early on, and every possible Gambit that can be bought in the game can be bought from that point on. So I don't remember when exactly it is, but not every magic, not every Gambit, not every technique can be purchased anymore. A lot of them are in chests, so I will at the least have to keep an eye out for that. And I could have actually gone to LOWTOWN from up there, but whatever. I think it's slightly faster to go this way. It might actually be slightly faster to go the other way because of PS2 load times, but I don't remember, so... Plus, I don't have PS2 load times. And if you want the Zodiac Spear, or whatever that thing's called, do not open the chest outside of old Dalan's place that I'm going to be opening up. I'm opening it up because I don't care about that weapon in the slightest. This one. Don't open this one. Gives you echo herbs. Probably not even worth the time of opening it, to be honest, but there's a bunch of them. I don't know where they all are. Some of them are in rooms full of a billion other chests, and no one knows which one it is, but I'll be opening all of them, so.
If it isn't Von Ratsbane.
I like how he rolls his R.
Come for a tip on how to secure something bigger and in armor? By the East Gate?
What? You already heard about that?
Wise I may not be, but well informed I am.
They'll get what's coming to them someday, believe me. But that's not why I'm here.
Do tell.
I want to know how to sneak into the palace. They've got to have some great stuff in there. Thought I'd partake.
Not one to mince words, are you, boy? The Empire protects all that's hers, and that means the palace and all the treasures inside.
That's why I'm gonna do it. To take back what's ours.
So our champion of the sewers aspires to noble action. Admirable. Perhaps I can help you. Ah, now that I think on it, there was a rumor. Yes, a secret passageway into the palace walls. A door and a magic stone that opens the way.
That's it. This is exactly why I came to talk to you first, Dalan. So, where's this, magic stone?
Oh, I've had it for years, if I can remember where I've tucked it away.
Anyone have any I don't know what that was. Anyone have any idea on how I can stop Twitch from freezing every few seconds, or I just need better internet? No, Twitch needs better servers. I mean, unless you have, like, really bad DSL or, like, dial-up, you should have enough bandwidth to watch this. Because I'm not exactly streaming at, you know, like 1080p 60 frames a second. So it's at that point, it's Twitch's servers, I'm sure. You'd have to have really bad internet. You have to have about like 3,000 down to watch this. Or 3 down, as most people probably know it. Twitch has had, especially if you're in Europe. If you're in Europe, Twitch's servers have been bad for ages. I don't even think Twitch has been around for what would be an age, but still. Europeans know what I'm on about. I know where the Giza Plains are, you dangle. Actually, that chest outside this place is probably respawned. Because I technically went to another area. The chest respawn is really liberal. It's not like the monster respawn where it's respawn after a couple zones. It's respawn if you just leave. I don't know why they made it like that, but they did. Righty-ho, Giza Plains, get. Like how obvious the transition between the ground and the just like painted background is. I wonder if that would be, if that's actually a skybox or just a flat, like, painted background or whatever. Bunnies! I don't like the Giza Plains. I don't know why, I just never have. I didn't mean to do whatever I just did. What am I attacking? The wolf, apparently? Sure, why not? No, I said, why did you put your weapon away? You dingle? There should be no risk of dying. If I run out of potions, it's because I haven't been opening chests like I should. I can also just stand next to the bunnies and eventually they'll heal me. So it's not an issue. There's 2 wolves over here. There are many wolves in this area for some reason. Akasha is partially lurking. Isn't that like the definition of you all the time? And I may as well speed the game up because we're just going to be killing things and running around. I could always have this on because it doesn't change cutscenes or text or any of that crap as far as I'm aware. There's no real downside to it, so that's where we need to be. So let's go this way. Those wolves actually hit quite hard. 12 gil! We're loaded! Heal me, bunny. Thank you. One more time, or are you done? Ah, actually looked at me. Come on, bunny. You know you wanna. You're not gonna do it again, are you? His feet make little cute clicky things. clicky noises. He's not going to do it again. Alright, onward. I think the problem with the wolves is they attack so often. Like for every one of my attacks, they seem to chain half the time. A firestone. I need to click in the window because my thing's overlaid. There we go. Heal. Don't laugh at me. Heal me. Thank you. And of course that thing wakes up right after I finish getting healed. Of course. Do I want to fight that thing alone? Not really. I can fight wolves alone. I don't really want to fight the big thing. I probably don't want to fight this either. I'm gonna have to potion. I don't think I've actually adjusted my battle speed. I could, but it's irrelevant considering I'm fast forwarding. I could put it on the lowest speed and probably give myself an advantage. Antidote. That's also where I need to be. We may as well go ahead and go over there, get Penelo in the party. And set up her license board. I usually set her up as a white mage. That's just the class I see her as, so we're probably going to end up setting her up as a white mage. We'll wait on saving for a bit. Where do I need to be here? I don't remember. I could buy a map. I don't really want to. I've forgotten who I have to talk to, though. Have you come to see the dark crystals? Sure, I'll hear your offer. Why not? Why can't she go look for him? Hi, Penelo.
Penelo? What are you doing here?
I could ask you the same, though the answer's pretty clear. No good.
What? I'm being good.
Is that right?
Totally. I'm gonna go help a child.
So then you wouldn't mind if I, say, tagged along, would you?
Huh?
Oh, don't worry. Miguelo's busy with preparations for the fete up at the palace. Why, I'm free for the whole day.
How convenient.
Well, let's get going.
Penelo joins the party. Hooray. Let's set up her license board, shall we? Shall I make her a white mage? That's usually what I do. It's pretty handy to have a white mage early on, too. Someone who can get cures and stuff out. Alternatively, we could make her something like a black mage. Anything mage-like, quite frankly. Red mage. Black mage would be pretty powerful now, too. Because of the AoE on low-level spells. Decisions. Do I want a healer or do I want more damage? It's a good question, actually. If I do more damage, I need less healing. So there's a trade-off there. Who else could I make a white mage? Fran will probably end up being an archer. Or a black mage. Not sure which of the two I'll make her. She doesn't have to be an archer. They can still use the weapons they start with. I believe, as long as you don't change the equipment, I think they can still use it. Usually make Penelo your tank. That's true. We also have Ash. Can be a white mage. Yeah, let's make her a black mage. Let's go crazy here. I hit the wrong button again. One of these days I'm going to figure out which one's the right button. Let's make her a black mage. There we go. Penelo is now our V8 juice. As terrible as that sounds. We don't have any spells, so that's not going to do us much good yet. So I may not actually even spend any more of her LP, not CP. Playing the game too much. Can I buy spells from you, I wonder? Probably not. I can buy a lot of things from you. I can buy spells from her. Ooh. Hit the wrong button again, because I'm an imbecile. I can also buy items from her. Do I want any items? That's a lawnmower. By the sounds of it. Give me a second. I think Guitar Guy may be mowing the lawn today for whatever reasons. So if he is, I will have to mute my mic while he mows the area right next to my window. If he does, I don't know if he will. The children still work. Herp-de-dur. That's the wrong button. Let's go back to our licenses. Let's go to Penelo and allow her to cast fire. And we can't... Is that a pointy? It is a pointy hand. We can't quite get that. So what's up here? More HP. Some random weapons that we're not going to have her use. She's going to be using two-headed staves most of the time, I'm sure. Hi, Dark Penance. Wow, charge is really far away. I'm so used to being that, like, right next to where you start, too. Mirror mail. Interesting. HP, magic potency, staff of the Magi, platinum armor. You can get some heavy armor with her. Interesting. You probably wouldn't want to, and a ton of HP. That's something I might want. Tons of HP on her board. He's streaming, so of course he's mowing. He hasn't mowed for the last, like, 4 months. So I guess he's just decided to mow suddenly. That's alright. We can't do gambits yet. So if I want her to cast magic... Oh wait, no, she tells us about gambits right after we leave here. That's right. Well, not tells us, but I think gambits are activated right after we leave here. I don't know if we can modify them yet or not. You can't mow here because you have 2 feet of snow on the ground. It's Florida, so it didn't even really get cold, technically. But now you have a party. Herp-de-dur, give commands. Herp-de-dur, make my own decisions. Herp-de-dur, you can turn those off. Herp-de-dur. Turn my gambits off. I won't do anything until you give the word. Can we... Yes, we can modify gambits already. I thought you couldn't modify gambits until it was explained by Fran and Balthier. Apparently I'm remembering wrong. What else is new? Not a whole lot, probably. Come on, PS2. Not PS2, but... Somewhere to the south. That's the wrong button. Gambits is not in the menu. Oh, it added gambits to this menu. But we can't change the gambits. So she won't use fire. Unless I tell her. Okay. Sigh. He'd come back into the house and start slamming doors. He closes doors quite violently for some reason. Apparently I am now attacking something. Do I even have any gambits? No, and her gambit is to attack what I'm attacking, so... Great gambits, game. Thanks. If we get a couple people in this fight, which it looks like we will, let's use some of our fancy pants black magic now. They're not actually in range yet. Should be now. Can you guys hear the mower out there, by the way? Trying to keep an eye on the, did we cast magic? What happened there? I wasn't paying attention. It probably did. I don't know. 72 damage a pop. That's pretty good. She's taking a beating, but that's still pretty good. Keep doing that. Thank you. No, kill the almost dead one. There you go. Hit that one in the face. I'm trying to keep an eye on the little mic volume meter, but it's so small. It's not a very good measurement, so. And everything's, like, the mic picks up the weirdest stuff. Like, things across the house that I can barely hear, you guys will be able to hear. But, like, stuff that I'm always like, oh my god, that's really loud, I hope you guys can't hear that, no one can ever hear it. So I'm very confused about how the witchcraft that powers this microphone works. Maybe I should have gone white mage. Please don't stop. Jeez, that hits like a truck. That's why I like white mage so much. We can freaking heal. But black mage is really powerful. Mages in general are so much more powerful than they used to be. Even early game, because of the AoE on basic spells, but even late game because of that, no longer there's a damage break. They can do insane amounts of damage. I've seen stuff like Scourge hit multiple enemies for, you know, like 20 or 30k, which is crazy. I think stuff pops out over here if you walk around, so we should probably heal up. I wish to some degree that it got colder here for longer periods of time, but our winter is basically 1 month, and the lowest it'll usually get is like 40. So, 40 Fahrenheit, not 40 Celsius, that'd be insane. Like right now, it's 80 Fahrenheit, which is quite toasty, and it's Florida, we're a peninsula, so it's always like a billion-y humidity, 1,000,000,000% humidity, so it's basically we're living in water. Ouch. How much MP does she have? I should check this. 56. So she's used effectively no MP. Good lord. I forgot how much you get back from just walking around. You love that level up? The level up sound? Like the little jingle that plays? It's alright, I suppose. There's Bernie. There's some werewolves or something around here somewhere, I think. I don't quite remember where they spawn, and we're going to be in this area for a while, so it's not really an issue. Please don't attack the mage. This is why I need like a provoke skill or something on Vaughn. Which I'm not sure if there is or not. I can't remember if that's a thing and that exists in this game, if you can force attack on enemies. If that is, I'm totally putting that on Vaughn eventually. I swear there's werewolves that spawn over here. There's that thing that spawns over here. There they are. I knew they were around here somewhere. What? Hard to kill. Okay. What about you? Kind of hard to kill. We'll ignore those. Decoy. Oh yeah, decoy. Okay. I don't even know if it's on Vaughn's license board though, so that may be something we end up getting at like level 50 or something ridiculous towards the end of the game. If I'm going through the text boxes too fast for you guys, I apologize. I'm not actually reading them. Why are you out here looking for me? To leave. Just leave the kid here. Seven above Fahrenheit? That's really quite cold. I like it when it's about 50 degrees. 50 to 70 is fine. Actually, 50 to 60 is fine. It's a little bit chilly for me because I'm Floridian. I'm not used to cold. But the problem with anything above that is because I have this, monstrosity of a computer here with 8 cores streaming and running an emulator. It gets really hot in my room, and then I get really sweaty and really uncomfortable for like 7 hours a day. Because the thing is running. The thing runs like 20 hours a day, probably. Which doesn't help for the room temperature in here, considering this is also where I sleep. The fan is on all the time, almost year-round. It's freaking hot, basically, is what I'm getting at. No, what do you mean, no available targets? I'm trying to save you, doofus. I just want it to be cooler here. And we don't really run the air conditioning very much, even though we have a massive air conditioning unit. Because that costs money. We don't have money. It's also why we don't run the heat, but we don't really have we don't actually have a proper heater. I mean, we have an emergency heater, which is kind of a traditional heating unit, but the units that are here in the south aren't very good at heating, so they're very inefficient. They're heat pumps, that's all they do, they pump heat. They're not very good at warming things, they're just very good at moving warmth somewhere else. And if you don't know what the heat pump air conditioning system is, it's just, it sucks the heat out of your house and just dumps it outside, that's all it does. There's nothing very complicated about it. It has a little dingle dangle there to cool the air. That's it. It has no way to heat the air. So, not that that's a problem because it's freaking Florida and you never really need to heat the air. I don't even know why we have fireplaces down here. Never use them. Negative 30 C is negative 22 Fahrenheit, so typical Canada winter weather. That's really cold. I think I might die in that weather. Sounds like something keeps hitting my window, but it may be the air canisters from the farms. Maybe birds out and about. Those air canisters that they fire off just sound like little miniature like cannons going off. Can we get both of these wolves? There we go. That's not the scenario I wanted both of these wolves, but that'll do. The north and well, that's north still technically. The northeastern area is what I was going to say. They've been having some serious snowstorms. I've not gotten any energy, I'm just kind of wandering around in circles. I should probably work on that. Where to first? This treasure chest first, obviously. Little air canisters to scare the birds off. Air cannons, whatever you want to call them. It just explodes a thing of air to make a really loud sound, basically. It's to scare birds away from crops, is basically all it's for. It has no other purpose. Wow, 55% on one of these. The next one I'm going to get is going to be like 5% or something stupid. A bit brisk, really? Negative 30 C is a bit brisk to you. I think I might die. It's a little more than a bit brisk. To be honest, if it was freezing, I don't have the clothing to deal with that. My sets of clothing would not be capable of keeping me warm in freezing weather. What would you say if you looked at your window and saw a bird just bum rush your window and go splat on it? I would wonder how the bird got going that fast. I would also wonder how my window survived that, because this window is a piece of crap. That Shadestone is freaking out. Did she just get 4 hits? I think she did. The black mage with a sword got 4 hits or something there.